Hey, welcome. My name is Daniel, and this is Metal Sharpens Metal, the place where I analyze heavy music from a Christian worldview. The reason I do this channel is because while a lot of metal today sounds all the same, it doesn't all mean the same. So I want to discuss things like the lyrics and the worldviews of the artists behind the songs, things like that, get you guys thinking, get you guys discussing, and considering what the media that you consume is all about. So today we are going to go over a band called Phinehas. This is a Christian metal band that has been around for a while. And another admission of defeat, I am not super familiar with them. I couldn't name one song of theirs. Except for today's song, I can name that one. It's Eternally Apart. I'm very excited. Nick H recommended this one. Again, he seems to know which ones I like, so I'm looking forward to it. In general, I know metalcore gets me hyped. I know Christian metalcore gets me hyped Christianly, so I'm expecting a hype house, just fully furnished with couch of hype, drapes of hype, all in place, ready to go, getting us amped. I'm going too long. Let's jump into the song. All right, here we go. Is that like a record sound in the background, or kind of a smoldering fire? Maybe both? Ooh. This is nice, like kind of neoclassical, almost like that kind of Gothenburg Swedish core. Oh yeah, that chord progression. It's reminding me of Insomnium. I love that. All the tapping. Wow, this is quite an intro here to the song. Love those harmonies. Oh, bringing them up a step. Tempo change. A real fast two-step. Whoa. Go! The harmonies are everywhere. The bleeds. This is a fast song too, by the way. It sounds like kind of groovy, but oh, holy smokes. The toughness of that breakdown caught me off guard, so I need that one more time so that I can go out and punch demons in the face now. Sir! Jeez! That was so cool. I like these two singing concepts going on at the same time. Ooh, and his singing voice right there really reminded me of, I'm so bad with names, like I've said. Reminded me of Wolves at the Gate. Steve. Oh, hang on. I want to go back a sec, because my brain was melting trying to remember Steve Kobuchi's name during this solo. Let's listen to the solo. Dang, those 16ths, those trems. This chorus is so catchy. Slow it down, open the beat way up. But the kicks don't get a break. Oh my gosh. Holy smokes. Can you imagine if that ending came up when you were like trying to struggle out and finish up a set in the gym? Like, oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure just the entire band gathers around your barbell and they're all just like just helping you out. Oh man, that got me pumped. That was so good. Like I said, Nick knows what makes me tick, and that's it. Yeah, I'm forgetting the name of the muscle in front of your shin, or next to your shin bone. So like in front of your calf muscle, right? At that part of your leg. I forget the name of it. There's a name for it. That thing gets tired when you do a lot of double bass. And his was working overtime. That was so sick. Their drummer, wow, so good. So it looks like we got a guy named Sean McCullough on lead vocals, just super solid. What was that breakdown line again? There's no ads, sir. And you expected that like, sir, but no, they dropped like all the way out for like a whole note. That was not a move that I hear. Like I didn't fully expect that. And I loved it. Just the reverb hanging there.
And that is how it's done. Wow.
That made me really happy. Sean, good call. Very good call. Looks like I think the clean vocalist is their guitarist. His name is Daniel Gailey. Oh, those clean vocals were so sick. It's not a high pitched like, Cove Reber Seosin voice, but it's not the low end, kind of manly core vocals is what I call it, of Novelists and some other bands. It was right in the middle, and it just was the best of both worlds. Like he could hit some of those higher notes, do those high harmonies in the background, and that sounded just perfect for this type of soaring metalcore. But then he also kind of kept it in a range that was just like manly and full chested, and I love that. And yeah, like I said, Phinehas was one of those bands that I listened to just a little bit, I might have heard them at a concert. I wasn't going for them, but they opened or something like that. But I just never latched onto them and followed them that closely. After today's song, I'm thinking we're back. We are so back. These guys are legit. So considering the meaning of this song, it's called Eternally Apart. I've mentioned before that we are eternal souls. We haven't always existed in the past, but from our point of creation, we've existed and we will exist out into the future. There's a lot of existing to be done after this life, regardless of what you believe. And this song is pointing out the chasm between those two groups of people. As the author of Hebrews says, mankind dies once and is judged once. So there's no crossing back after that point. Jesus gives the example of Lazarus and the rich man talking in the afterlife together. And there's no like reconciling them. They're able to communicate in this story, but they're not going to be in the same place ever again. Lazarus is in Abraham's bosom, and the rich man is in the eternal tormenting fire area.
It's like outer space without the stars. It's so black.
There definitely isn't a moment in the Bible described like, oh shoot, now I get it. Like, okay, yeah, you're right, God, you existed, you're real, you had some commands. Let me go back. I'll patch that up. I'll do it right this time.
I had no idea. Well, that's not going to hold up in court.
No, unfortunately, Jesus and the Bible say otherwise. This is the only time that we have. Now is the time to be reconciling your heart and mind to these concepts, not later. So we have this line towards the beginning where it says clay surrounds hearts. The Bible says, Paul says that God makes some vessels for honorable use, some for dishonorable use. We are described as the clay pots that God, the potter, is making. And I get the sense of this clay that surrounds our hearts. It can either harden in place and then it doesn't allow our hearts to feel and respond, or it can be pliable and moldable, shaped by God, shaped by his words. And this analogy also points out the folly of fighting against God. Like, what kind of clay, coffee mug that you're sipping your espresso out of in the morning is going to try and fight you and say, hey, don't use me for this, right? It's like insufferable when they try to do that. It's so annoying. So yeah, back to the point of the song, existing together, eternally apart. He's talking to somebody vastly different from himself. While we are together in this life, we are kindreds of infinity, like he says, but after death, the destination of believers and unbelievers couldn't be different. And this song points out a lot of oppositions within nature to describe that difference, the diverging paths of those two groups of people. We have comparisons like, thicker than the depth of the earth. You're going to be further apart than that. Before the seas and skies, they're sooner to converge than you and I collide. And as we know, they're not going to, I'm implying around earth. We have this line later on, because we beat upon a wall instead of the door, there is no answer. Now, they didn't capitalize the door in their lyrics that I found, but the fact that he says the door, it's like we've got this big wall dividing us and God, and there's the door. There's one door, right? Jesus describes himself as the door in John 10:7, and in context, he was saying that he was the good shepherd and that the sheep that are with him came in through the door of the sheep pen. Only the robbers, he describes, are the ones who try to climb in another way, and they will be punished for trying to have the benefits of God without actually submitting to God's path. Overall, a very good song, a sobering message. We've had a few songs on the channel that ask this question, that are asking us to check our hearts and test ourselves, asking whether we are in the faith, whether we love the Lord. I hope you can answer those questions affirmatively, because the consequences for waiting until the very last moment are dire. So, very serious message is contained in this song. Really liked that one. Hope you enjoyed it too. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I want to discuss what the worldview of the artists are. Worldviews of the artists are. Grammar's hard. I'm pretty sure this one's gonna just be the Christian metalcore banger. Just stop doing that. Why? Do people do that when you pray to? Like, just God, we just hope that you just stop. Don't do it. Gosh. Okay, let's start over. That's it. Boom.